Fear was a giant in my life.
Growing up, Kim Vastine was afraid to let her guard down. Her father's rage was explosive and unpredictable.
He could be loving one minute and angry the next, and we never had any grid or clue as to what would it take for that anger to be set off.
She was helpless, watching the violence against her mother.
And I remember as the oldest child then, paralyzed with fear.
Kim thought she could escape the abuse by behaving well.
I couldn't trust, and the way not to trust was to be good, to stay as invisible as I could, and to do everything above and beyond what was expected of me.
Then, a friend of the family began visiting Kim's house when her parents weren't home.
He would make comments about what a beautiful little girl I was and how special I was. And that was what lured my heart into believing that he was safe. And that began a relationship that brought a lot of pain and brokenness into my life as a little girl.
Kim never expressed the fear and anger inside her heart.
We just didn't talk about it. Bad things happen, but good girls keep it quiet.
Kim accepted Jesus into her life as a child, but throughout adulthood, she still struggled with the anger from the abuse.
I felt like I encountered the Jesus who loved the little girl who had all of the things to hide, because in my mind, I was still a bad girl. As I grew older and I began to find out who Jesus was, I began to read the Bible to find out, is he for real?
Kim was trying to balance marriage, motherhood, and a career when the emotion she worked hard to hide started to show.
My heart hurt all the time. I would drive in traffic and try to cut people off because I felt angry at everybody.
Years of secrets and shame had become toxic inside of Kim. Now her biggest fear was herself.
Stress and anger was welling up inside of me, and I sat there and I began to cry. I don't know how to live like this, and I am so afraid that I am gonna hurt my children the way my father hurt me.
Finally, Kim stopped hiding her pain from God.
I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to do this, God. But if you can help me, if you could help me find a way in healing in this, I'm desperate. I can't do this anymore in my own strength.
Kim learned to give God her whole heart, even the broken places. Now, she's experiencing a stronger relationship with Him.
There was a holy encounter in the car with God that day, because I felt like God came into the car and I felt Him speak to my heart to say, you finally surrender? Will you finally give me this? He said, I don't need you to be good enough for me. I've seen everything that you've been through, and I will work this for good. If you will trust me, I will walk with you in this, and I will show you how to be healed. And it was that place of surrender that led me to begin the process.
Kim started reading Christian books about overcoming anger. She asked God to help her forgive her abusers.
My dad today is walking with Jesus.
Kim isn't keeping any more secrets. She spreads the gospel and helps people in need through the nonprofit she founded, Ambassador Alliance International. She's also a Christian counselor.
There is a scene in the Titanic movie of the two characters at the front end of the boat, and they're leaning into the wind with their arms out like this. This is what freedom looks like. Today is the first day to begin choosing that I can be free from my past, that my past doesn't define who I am and who I can be in Christ. This is what liberty looks like. I am free to be me just as I am.